today on behalf of the American Chemistry Council to testify in opposition to this bill. Our membership includes the leading suppliers and manufacturers.
You need to get your full name on the record, please.
Lindsay Stovall. I'm with the American Chemistry Council. So our membership includes the leading suppliers and manufacturers of plastics, food service packaging products, including polystyrene food and beverage containers that are addressed in this bill. ACC and its members, we certainly support efforts to reduce litter and marine debris. We do not want to see our products end up in the marine environment or alongside the road. However, we believe that this legislation falsely assumes that alternatives to polystyrene food service containers are environmentally preferable. We think that the key questions that the legislature should assess prior to imposing new mandates on Oregon businesses, there are some, specifically 3 questions that we think would be good for the legislature to consider. Will this legislation actually reduce waste, or rather simply result in replacing one type of trash with another? Are there environmental impacts, energy use, water use, impacts on greenhouse gas emissions, trash generation, landfill waste, et cetera, associated with the manufacture, distribution, use, and disposal of likely alternative replacement products? Are likely replacement products recycled or composted within the existing state infrastructure, and do viable end-use markets exist for these alternative products? All packaging leaves an environmental footprint, regardless of material type. It takes energy and raw materials to produce, transport, and recover and dispose of any material. Consider the following. Polystyrene cups weigh anywhere from 2 to 5 times less than comparable alternatives, which means fewer air emissions when transporting these products. Additionally, a polystyrene hot beverage cup requires about 50% less energy to produce than similar alternatives. Studies have shown that polystyrene foam food takeout containers would dramatically increase environmental impacts by doubling the greenhouse gas emissions, energy use, and waste associated with the use of alternative products. It is also important to point out that alternative compostable food service containers only degrade in a controlled composting environment, essentially a large industrial composting facility where temperatures exceed 140 degrees for several days. Legislation that seeks to restrict the use of one type of packaging material without any corresponding regulatory requirements on likely replacements do not reduce the amount of waste or litter generated, but instead simply change the composition of the waste and litter stream. Litter studies conducted following the enactment of a ban have shown an increase in the litter of alternative materials that is greater than the decline in the banned material. For example, when the city of San Francisco placed restrictions on the use of certain plastic food service products, the city found that replacement products became more dominant in the litter stream. Again, ACC and its members take seriously the issue of litter and marine debris. To that end, we are working domestically and internationally with government officials, retailers, anti-litter groups, and consumers to devise solutions to prevent litter and marine debris. In addition to efforts that seek to increase recycling and improve solid waste collection infrastructure, opportunities to recover non-recycled plastics may be an option as well. In May 2018, plastic resin producers across North America committed to a circular economy for plastics. To accelerate the transition to a circular economy, we support a goal of 100% of plastics packaging is reused, recycled, or recovered by 2040. To move closer to that vision, we have adopted an aggressive interim goal: 100% of plastics packaging is recycled or recovered by 2030. We are currently looking for creative diversion solutions while domestic processing capacity grows. Situations like what Matt alluded to with Agilix, where they recently formed the joint venture here in Oregon to turn post-use polystyrene back into virgin-grade styrene monomer, is an example of that kind of creativity and diversion solutions that we are always looking for. We believe that reducing landfill disposal, marine debris, and litter requires the implementation of a variety of tools. Attempts to reduce marine debris through product bans fail to recognize the underlying source of marine debris in developed countries, litter. Thank you for this opportunity to offer our comments.